Serve is a hard one off the net, played by Buckles. Satterfield goes back to Buckles, trickled over the net. Played by Lafooner on the other side. Just tapped over by Castellanos. Quick set, comes back row. Bartz this time goes too low and into the nest. Tried to do that same play they ran earlier where Bartz came from the back row and shocked him. Couldn't get it done that time.
Yep, just left it a little low, was a little late getting to the set.
So a slow push from the Bobcats, 14-9, trying to crawl back into this one. Beard still will serve. High toss, good serve to Cameron Gray. Played by Satterfield, goes outside. Ryan Lewis, once again, a line shot, just put straight down to the floor. It's 15-9.
That is his 4th kill already in this game, and he has just found it.
Been so good, leads the Cardinals in kills so far early in this one. Rogers goes back to serve. He's second in kills on the team. Was it touched by the Ball State Cardinals? It was not. It was Castellanos who went in for it, but hit it out of bounds, so Ball State picks up another one.
Satterfield trying to make that one close, just pulled away at the last second.
It was definitely very close. Good reaction time as Patrick Rogers goes back to serve. Straight down the middle, played by De Silva. Cameron Gray goes up and gets one down. On the other side, De Silva back sets to Schofield, played by Satterfield on the side. Gray has to go and set it to Ryan Lewis, who's been the hot hand. Who will call a timeout. Still up 6 points. It's the same as they went into with the original timeout. But just want to talk things over once more.
I think it's a challenge here, Tyler.
You may be right. Yeah, that's the challenge music going on here. Looked like I saw Cruz going up to get something, and the green card is up at the scores table, so good eye by you.
Yeah. And it definitely was close from our perspective. That is the far side of the court from our perspective, so it might be a little closer than what we thought.
Yeah, it's tough to see from our vantage point, but just looking at it live, and let me know if you agree with me, but I thought that one was in.
I thought it was too. I didn't see black between the ball and the white line.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Obviously, the replay booth will get a better look at it, and the ESPN crew covering tonight's match should have some good angles of it all. So we'll see what the verdict is. Looks like the official is quickly making a call. We'll see which way he points. Here's the call. It was down, so the Cardinals win the first challenge of the night. And Cardinals hyped about that one, picking up yet another point.
That becomes Lewis's 5th kill now of the set.
He has come really out of nowhere. He's played a good amount of sets early on in the season, but in terms of kills, he's been everywhere.
Yes, he has. He's almost tied his season total coming into tonight. He had 7 coming into tonight, and he's already at 5 through the first set.
Very impressive stuff from Lewis. Here's Patrick Rogers to serve. Puts it in the back left corner. Quick set to Fincham. It hits the floor. The quickest play of the night for the Bobcats. Gets him a point.
And there was Fincham rising up and hitting it away from the block instead of into the block.
Yeah, so tough, especially at that position, to get up and angle your shot. But Fincham able to do that there at the middle blocker position. Fincham recorded a team high 10 kills in the season opener. Trying to repeat that again. Great plays. It goes to Satterfield. Back to Ryan Lewis. Through the block again. Off the hands of Castellanos and down to the floor. Ryan Lewis make that 7 now. Or 6 now.
And the Bobcats had a chance to block that one, but didn't get the hands together. It goes right through that front line's hands, and it drops right in for the 6th kill.
Yeah, when you say right through, I mean it was right through. Defender put his hands up, Castellanos put his hands up, and it went directly through both arms. Here's the serve for the Cardinals. Back set going to Schofield off the block. Rogers has to play it, goes to Satterfield. Back set to Ryan Lewis yet again. This time it's played by De Silva. Lafooner goes and takes that at the libero position. Just has to be passed over now for Lees-McRae. Back set to Ryan Lewis. Continuing to go to this time he tips. Did not hit the floor. Great play by Lafooner to get there. Blocked up front by Rodney Wallace and put right back down so the Cardinals keep their streak going.
What a dig by Lafooner. Laying out, flat hand, keeps it up. Unfortunately, Bobcats don't get that point, but the Cardinals are firing on all cylinders.
They sure are, and Xander Pink enters the game. He's a fan favorite. Often comes in to serve. Got a crowd reaction as he entered the match, as you usually see from him. Bit of a delay here. Going to see what's going on. Looked like Coach Donan Cruz of the Ball State Cardinals was talking with the official.
I think there were some problems with substitution there, but
may have been it. But nonetheless, we play on. Xander Pink serves it. Going to Lafuna, who had that great play earlier. A great attempt at a play, but it goes out of bounds. It was the middle blocker, Sebastian here, who tried to make a kill, but missed it.
Yeah, that one looked like it was just out.
Just barely out. Just missed the hand as well.
Yep.
It's a game of inches. Here's Xander Pink once again to serve. Cardinals up 20-10. It's a good serve. Up too high, off the hands again of Sebastian here. Just set too high, so it's 21-10. Xander Pink on a bit of a streak now.
Yep, and here come the errors that the Bobcats have to avoid if they wanted to play spoiler, and too many so far to start this first set.
That's for sure. Xander Pink serves again. Another good serve from him. Great play by Bartz to get down and get it. Ryan Lewis off the block, tooled out of bounds. It's another kill for Ryan Lewis off the hands of the defense, Sebastian here.
And Ryan Lewis now ties his season total of kills at 7.
In just the first set, mind you. 7 kills in a match is usually impressive. In the first set, it's just on another level. Yeah. Serve from Xander Pink. Back row attack coming. It's blocked up front by Rodney Wallace. This time Bartz tips it over. No one in the back, but Lafuna able to get there. Another great play by him. Schofield goes for it off the block and out of bounds. So hanging on are the Bobcats. It's 22-11.
Something early out of Schofield. Haven't seen much of him so far this match. Only his second kill of the night.
They've been going to him a good amount. It's been the tall Rodney Wallace up there in company. Rodney Wallace stands at 6'6". Tough to get around him. This time just went off the block and out of bounds. So Schofield goes to serve. Curves out of bounds. It was indeed out. So another point for the Cardinals. 23-11. Just 2 points away from taking the first set.
Yep, just a little bit too much curve on that serve. It went a little too long and a little too far out.
That's all it was. Now the impressive Ryan Lewis back to serve. He has 7 kills already tonight. Very impressive. We'll see if he can add to the resume. And he does. It's an ace. 7 kills, 1 ace in 1 set for Ryan Lewis. What a play. And we're at set point in the first set of the match.
This is the Ryan Lewis show, especially in this first set.
Ryan Lewis has a chance to close out the set. He has 7 kills, just got 1 ace. Can he get another? 24-11, Ball State in the lead in set number 1. Here's the serve. Off the net, almost an ace, but it's played up. De Silva goes to Schofield. Line shot played by Cameron Gray. Lewis has to go and hit that one. Set over by Patrick Rogers. Now the Lees-McRae has to handle it. Tiago tries and goes up and get it. Played by the Cardinals. De Silva with a tricky move. Pat Rogers delivers one of his own. Hit over, blocked up front, played in the back by Ryan Lewis. A long point coming, but it's finished off. It's Ryan Bartz on a cross-shot kill right in the middle of the court. Ryan Bartz finishes off set number 1 with a final score of 25-11.
What a rally to finish the set. A little bit of trickeration from both teams. A couple great digs from both teams. Cardinals overpower it, though, to win the set.
Probably the longest point we've seen in this entire match, in that entire set. But Ball State takes it 25-11. Ended up being a pretty fun first set to watch. We talked about those new faces, Ryan Lewis being one of the mainstays in that. And we'll be back for more action in just a couple of minutes in set number 2. You're listening to SportsLink Digital Radio presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Stick around.
For the best stories, access, and coverage of Ball State sports, follow SportsLink on social media platforms Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Search @BSU SportsLink.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Your home for live Ball State sports, streaming right in your timeline.
This is SportsLink Digital. Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, Papergo toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The best stories in Ball State sports, plus live broadcasts right in your timeline.
Follow us at BSU SportsLink.
The energy is high in Worthing Arena. The Ball State Cardinals came in early and took set number 1, 25-11, and it was energetic in the break as well.
Yes, we had a little girl, Harper, hit a putt from about three-quarter court, hit the board, and then had enough front spin that it spun into the hole.
So it's just another aspect to Worthing Arena. We talked about the environment that we usually see here, but even coming into the second set, it's just some things that can change things up, that can mix things up. Just energy boosters in the break after a 25-11 victory. It just keeps things going.
Yeah, it makes this relatively small crowd for Muncie standards stay in the game, stay engaged, and keep that energy up throughout the night.
Well, on the other side, Lees-McRae needs to stay engaged. 11 points in that first set. Not exactly what they were looking for. Coach Sam Albus talking to his team now, try and get them recuperated for set number 2. If you're Sam Albus, what would you be saying to your team?
Remember how we started that first set. They started out going back and forth with the Cardinals. If you can get the Cardinals in a back and forth match, the Cardinals might get in their own heads, and that's how the Bobcats can win this set.
I love that point from you. It's a great point because early on it really was a tennis match. It was back and forth and back and forth. The Bobcats were completely in it, and then the Cardinals took over once Rodney Wallace got to the service line, and from there, things just felt like it was out of reach.
Yep.
So it's a new beginning in set number 2. Similar faces on both sides. Griffin Satterfield will serve for Ball State. Puts it up, serves it away. May have gone out of bounds, but it was played by Austin Beard. That one shoots into the stands. It's an ace in the first point of set 2.
And there's another mistake for the Bobcats. Had a lot of them in that first set. Not great way to start the second set.
Not exactly what they want. We'll see if they can recuperate. It's Satterfield once again to serve. Satterfield, the junior from Camano Island, Washington, puts it up. Down, played. Good play on the defensive side from Syriac to get that one. Cross shot comes from Beard. It's played in the back row by Bartz. Ryan Lewis, who's been hot, off the net and put down. Ryan Lewis, another kill early in set 2.
Yep, and he's up to 8 now. Great effort there by Lincoln Schofield. Just a bit outside of his reach to get that dig, though.
8 kills and just about one set. About 27 points for the Cardinals. He got 8 of them off of kills. So Satterfield back again. It's 2-0. The Cardinals up in set 2. Hard serve played. De Silva goes middle to Fincham through the block. And Fincham, with the excitement, puts down a big block from the middle position.
That's now the third time that Fincham has found a way through that Cardinal block. That time, you had 2 Cardinals, and the third one was late getting there. Fincham was able to find that gap.
Last night, Fincham had 4 kills. He's off to 3 early on. He's been the key to success for them. De Silva serves into the net for the Bobcats, so point picked up by the Cardinals. It's 3-1.
Just not enough power on that serve from De Silva.
They have just lost control of it, so it's Patrick Rogers on the other side to serve for Ball State. This one is successful. Bufooner goes down to get it. He's been on the ground a lot today. Played off to the other side. Satterfield goes back row to Patrick Rogers. Looked like it was in bounds, and the refs concur. It was down just in the corner of the court. 4-1, Ball State up.
Yes, Patrick Rogers doing Patrick Roger things.
Didn't necessarily hit it that hard. He saw the opening on the court and just hit it with a medium shot. So after the kill, Rogers goes back to serve. High throw, hard serve. Lafooner plays it again. He's been everywhere like we mentioned. Blocked up front. Was it inbounds? They will say it was. Ryan Bartz got up with a big hands for the block. Another point for Ball State.
As of now, that is a Bartz block, but that was very, very close again. Looked like it might have been out. Refs called it in.
Yeah, I was looking over to the sideline to see if we'd see a challenge. We did not, so Patrick Rogers goes back to serve. Played up by Syriac. Set in the middle is Fincham. This time it's blocked. Venice Buckholz said no for the Cardinals.
Yep, and this time Fincham just missed. He hit the square in the hand.
Well, you got to like what they're doing. They're trying to get the ball to Fincham because he's been the successful mark of their team, but the Cardinals knew it just as well. And again, it's Patrick Rogers. Serving to Syriac. Set to Schofield, played by Cam Gray. Long pass to the other side to Ryan Lewis, who just has to free ball it over. Lafooner goes after it. De Silva back sets to Beard. Off the hands of Satterfield, played by Ryan Lewis, who sets it to Ryan Bartz. A Ryan connection and a kill. Ball State. Ryan Bartz makes it 7-1.
Big, almost a big dig out of Syriacs, and it was kicked by, I think, De Silva, and it just couldn't be saved after that kick.
Bartz has been another hot hand for the Cardinals. Not exactly the leading killer on the team. He's got a couple, though. This one goes out of bounds on the serve. So, Lees-McRae trying to inch back into it.
Yep, and here's your chance now. You have Austin Beard. He only has one ace on the season, but he is a big part of this Bobcat success.
Off the net, gets it down, set up by Satterfield. Again to Ryan Bartz, again a kill. It's 8-2.
Bartz looked at how Lewis played in that first set and said, hey, I want some of that. He's come out firing this second set.
Yeah, he's wanted it and he's got it. He's got, I believe, should update to 5 kills now in this match. Venice Buckholz goes to serve for Ball State, played by Syriac. Pass too far, just has to be tipped up by De Silva and played over. That ball was close to being out of bounds, but it will be out of bounds, they will say. Just a tip from Lees-McRae, put it too far.
I like that idea from Schofield there. There was nobody in that back corner. He just sent it a little too far.
There was definitely some space back there, but you're right, just a little bit too far as Buckholz goes back to serve. That one not too far, played by De Silva on the set. Schofield off the block of Rodney Wallace, played by the Cardinals back over. Set to De Silva, now outside to Schofield, Syriac, who goes into the antenna. So, goes to Ball State.
Had a chance there. Had a chance for 2 sets and a kill, and they just hit it square into the candy cane.
And there is a timeout on the court. We'll stick with you and talk things through with Sam Albus, who called the timeout. The coach for the Lees-McRae Bobcats. Let's talk a little bit about Sam Albus and his resume. Brayden, anything that stands out to you in particular first?
I think his overall record. His first year he came into the program, his first head coaching gig, had an 11-14 season. Solid year. Now, sitting where he's at now, he is sitting at 13-42 with a 236 win percentage. It has just fallen off the rails for Albus.
Yeah, that first year he won Conference Carolina's Coach of the Year after winning those 11 matches like you mentioned. That was the most in the program since 2014, so it had been a while since they won 11 matches, and things just shifted last season. Now trying to right the ship this season. We'll see if they can do it. Down 10-2 early in set number 2. Probably just trying to regroup, and like you mentioned earlier, it's a really good point. They came out of this match firing. They were doing things right, but just haven't got back to it.
Yeah, they a lot of mistakes continue for the Bobcats. Miss hits, hitting square into the Ball State blocks, which, as we've said many times, Ball State outsizes you. You can't do that this match.
Yeah, especially in this match, you cannot do it. So out of the timeout, both teams come. And it's Venice Buckholz back to serve. 10-2 is the score out of the timeout. Softer serve from Buckholz, played by Lafooner. Goes to De Silva. Now outside to Syriac, blocked back at him. De Silva this time goes to the opposite side. And it's put down. It's a kill for Lincoln Schofield.
And that's what I was talking about earlier. They had a chance to get 2 sets, then the kill. Schofield makes sure that he didn't hit it into the Ball State block, and it gets through.
He had 24 kills coming into tonight. Tonight he has 3 of the kills, tied for the lead on his side of things. He's tied with Ben Fitcham, who goes back to serve. A hard serve, and it's played. Popped up in the middle, blocked. Good play. Rodney Wallace had a shot at it, but it was put right back down by Castellanos. Played far, up high into the air. Rodney Wallace finds someone with space, got up there, had plenty of time to locate the ball as it trickled up in the air and just put it right back down.
Yep, Schofield backtracking, just had to hit the ball towards the net for either his team or to get it over, and Rodney Wallace made sure that the ball hit the floor on the Bobcat side.
That's one of those, if you're Rodney Wallace, where you're just watching and you're so excited because you know you have as much time as you need to find an open spot on the court and just simply get your team a point. Serve from the star Ryan Lewis tonight. Back row attack comes, played by the Ball State Cardinals. Rogers goes to Bartz. Tries to go cross, but it's played by Austin Beard. Now Syriac has been getting a lot of action this one, but blocked up front. It's the setter, Griffin Satterfield, getting those big hands up there and blocking it.
I like the idea, tried to tip it, tried to get him off speed, but the height wins again. They were still over the net by the time that tip came. They're just able to stuff that ball right back down.
The height wins again. Griffin Satterfield, one of those 6'6 players, 6'6 plus players that we talked about on the Ball State Cardinals roster. Here's Ryan Lewis again. He serves off the top of the net. We've seen that a lot today. De Silva goes to Schofield, has some space, but puts it too far out of bounds, goes past the correct area of the court and flies out of bounds. So it's 13-3 as Ryan Lewis goes back again to serve.
That is another diving dig from number 3, Isaac Lafooner, for the Bobcats.
He has been all over the place tonight. Unfortunately, his team has not been able to make as many plays off of those ones, but he's been a star. The serve goes out of bounds from Ryan Lewis, right past the face of Lafooner. He watched that one go, and back to the line for the Bobcats is Lincoln Schofield.
And here comes the opportunity for the Bobcats to try and build some momentum, try to get back into this match.
Has to start now. You have the serve down 13-4. Can they come back? Once again, off the top of the net. Back row attack from Patrick Rogers. May have stepped on that 10-foot line, but they're going to say it was something on the other side of the court.
10-foot line.
That is exactly what it was. Rogers may have just lost track of where he was on the court and stepped right on the 10-foot line.
Yep, got a little overexcited trying to get that serve back.
Can't blame him. There was a lot of empty space in the back of the court. Again, here's a serve from Schofield. Goes back to Rogers. Rogers this time does not step on the 10-foot line from the back row. He gets a kill.
And man, he looked like Superman flying up. You saw the intentions in his eyes, and they were not good for the Bobcats.
Patrick Rogers, a huge leader on this team. He heads to the bench after that astonishing kill. He's got 5 kills tonight. That's tied for second on the team. He's one of the mainstays and one of the starters. In a lineup tonight where we haven't seen a lot of. Entering the match is Marty Canavan in the front row, a new player for the Ball State Cardinals, the sophomore from Chicago, and it's an ace. Ryan Bartz comes from the back service line and gets an ace after coming into the match.
And that's Ryan Bartz' first ace of the year.
Getting a good amount of playing tonight is Bartz and others, and that's the production you see. He had 2 service errors, but now adds an ace to that number. Can he make it 2? Let's find out. A good serve again. This one may be an ace, but it is played by Castellanos. Back row played up. Going back again to Syriacs, but put back in his face. Again, it's Syriacs. Can he get it done? This time he does, off the hands of Wallace and Satterfield, but eventually found its way to the ground. After 3 attempts, Syriac gets it done.
Yep, third time's the charm for Syriacs. 2 blocks for the tandem of Satterfield and Wallace. Couldn't get that third one, though.
So Syriacs will head to serve. Got to be tired after all 3 of those kill attempts, but he's back to serve. Let's see what he can do. He does serve it in. Satterfield goes middle to Rodney Wallace. Just no chance to get there in time. Rodney Wallace got up so quickly. Satterfield and Wallace have been on the same page tonight.
Yep, Wallace is just looking like his old self again.
Been very good as he heads back to serve. He was another transfer that came in last year. He came from Lindenwood, another conference team in the MIVA. Beards pops it over, and it will be a point on the side of Lees-McRae. Maybe a Cardinal in the net. May have just been the one out of bounds. Looked like the whistle came a bit early on that one.
Yeah, I'm not very sure about that, what the call was on that one. The ball wasn't even close to landing in, so I don't know if there was a touch or if a Cardinal landed in the net.
Nonetheless, it's Lees-McRae who picks up the point, and entering the game is Ben Ratcliffe-Becker for the first time tonight. Serves it over right to Martz, played by Satterfield. Going to Marty Canavan, a line shot. Plenty of room, and Canavan comes in and immediately makes his impact known.
And that will be his first kill of the year, aimed right at Schofield. That's a little sophomore to freshman saying, how do you do this is D1 volleyball?
That's right, the future of this team now getting an opportunity to shine. Again, it's Satterfield, back to serve. 17-7 is the score. The Ball State Cardinals are up, played by Lafuna. Canavan tried to get another kill, could not get it this time. Going to Beard on the Lees-McRae side, nothing there. Canavan again, in the middle of the court. That's 2 kills from Marty Canavan in a row. Here we go.
And what a play by Ryan Lewis. He gets the block and gets the set cross court.
Just going to these young guys early and often in this one. It's been electric. It's 18-7 in set number 2. Griffin Satterfield will serve it. Spins it, puts it up right in the middle. Syriacs plays it. De Silva goes to Schofield. Off the block of Canavan and down. Just got a piece of it, but it was enough to put it back on the other side.
And you start to wonder, are the Bobcats losing hope for this set? That ball hung up there for a good 2 seconds, and nobody made a reaction to try and save it.
And the first set seemed like it was the Ryan Lewis set. The second set has been all about Canavan since he's entered. 2 kills and 1 block there. Serve too far from Bartz, just barely out of bounds, but 19-8 is the new score. Bobcats still down.
Yep, the adrenaline got into his head a little too much.
Service error, not as big of a deal when you're up 11 points, but nonetheless a point picked up for Lees-McRae. Serve from De Silva. Canavan plays it, going to Satterfield. Back to Canavan. Had another shot at the kill, but it was played up front, bobbled by the defense, and shot too far was Austin Beard. Put it too high and near the stands.
Almost a ball don't lie moment. It seemed like that might have been a double hit. All the Cardinal players were pointing it out. No call from the referees. And then the same player just sent it over.
So it's Marty Canavan back. We've called his name a lot in this set. Serves it out of bounds on his first attempt, so a service error comes from Marty Canavan. Not a lot of errors, though, for him in this set.
Nope, not at all.
We'll see what happens now. 20-9 into the net is the serve from Austin Beard.
Yep, and that's just another mistake that piles up for the Bobcats.
That makes it 21-9. Serve coming. Put up in the middle. Syriacs goes at it. Played by Ball State. They were looking for something on the bench. Off the face of Beard, but played. Syriacs has a shot just to pass it over. He does just that. Tipped over by Ryan Lewis, just barely. Passed over. Shot coming, goes to the middle. Canavan tried to get a tip, could not do it. Now the attempt from Schofield, no good. Bit slower of play, no one in the middle. The ball goes to the floor. It was Rodney Walsh trying to make a dive at it, but could not get there.
Just miscommunication as they reset, but love to see the energy from the Cardinals bench. All that energy is from Mateus Karpov, who has made his first appearance of the season, and he got to serve that set.
Yeah, just yet another new face that we've been able to see. It's Karpov. So into the game is Innocent Godwin. He serves this one into the net. One of the smaller players on the team at 5'8" goes into the net. 22-10 is the score.
Yep, and just great work from the Cardinals continuing this onslaught in set 2.
Just 3 points away from taking the second set. Ryan Lewis, big name tonight. 22-10, Cardinals up. Here comes his serve. It's in. Now De Silva goes up with a quick pass to Castellanos, able to tip it over, but not much more. Now Bartz has an opportunity for Ball State. Goes across, played by one of the players on the side. It was Syriacs who made the pass and who made the kill on the straight arrow shot. It's 22-11.
And Ryan Lewis tried to save that off the block. The 6'9" freshman got up as high as he could, and it still was just out of his reach.
And here is Schofield. Back to serve. Satterfield sets it quick to Rodney Wallace. Once again, it's a phrase we said early and often. Rodney Wallace and Satterfield have been playing very much on the same page tonight.
Yep, and that's just another one of those things where you wonder if the Bobcats are ready to end this set. A lot of just standing around and looking.
It's 23-11 in the second set. Ball State up big. Tiago De Silva with the back, tricky play, sets it over his head and finds the empty court on the other side. So still down by 11, but a really nifty play by De Silva.
And I really like that play. The Bobcats have been trying to just force it past the Cardinals. This time, De Silva just sneaks it right over the line.
Hadn't done it yet, so the Cardinals were not ready for it. Very impressive from De Silva. It's Syriacs to serve. Played by Canavan on the set, now goes for a kill. Played again by Syriacs. He's been busy. Rodney Wallace finds empty space, but it's going to be played up by the Bobcats. Cross shot off the block, goes out of bounds, off the head of one of the players it looked like, and a cross shot kill comes from Austin Beard.
And it looks like the Bobcats bench is now getting some energy after that play. Had a couple of them running around, tapping on the head as that ball bounced off one of the Cardinal heads.
Yeah, scored still 23-13, but that's some momentum you can take into the third set. Potentially here's Syriacs to serve into net, this time off the head of Austin Beard on the serve.
Yeah, so smoking his own teammate there.
What goes around comes around, I guess. He was the one that hit one of the Cardinals' head, and then he got hit in the back of the head. But nonetheless, it is set point in set number 2. Rodney Wallace will serve. Cardinals up 24-13. Can they finish off set 2? It's an easy serve played. De Silva, back set to Schofield. It's blocked. It's just barely out of bounds. It was Canavan getting up there for the block. So Cardinal fans still on their feet as set point remains.
So close for a set win. Just pushed it a little too far off that block.
24-14, some substitutions on the Lees-McRae end. One of those substitutions will head back to serve. It's Kevin Proctor entering the match. 6'1" freshman from Pembroke Pines, Florida. Plays that outside hitter and has to put this one over to keep his team alive in set number 2. Here's the serve from Proctor. Gets it over. Played to the back row. Bartz has to try and go for the back row for a kill. It's played by Proctor just over the net. Roll shot moving on the move is Griffin Satterfield closing out the set with one hand. May have been the back of his wrist as he had to go and maneuver for that finishing kill.
Yeah, that was just acrobatic right there. Him jumping and having to turn back, and I think it just did catch his wrist, and that made the ball knuckle and drop right in the middle of the court.
A perfect way to end. Set number 2 is one of the setters, the secondary setter. We often see Lucas Machado, but we can tell that Griffin Satterfield has a bright future ahead of himself as well. Off to a great start are these Cardinals. 25-14 is the final score in set number 2. We'll be back for set number 3 in just a couple of minutes on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
For the best stories, access, and coverage of Ball State sports, follow SportsLink on social media platforms Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Search @BSU SportsLink.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Your home for live Ball State sports, streaming right in your timeline.
This is SportsLink Digital.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle.
Set number 3 is about to get started. Still have about 2 minutes until that point. But if you just tuned in, it's been all Cardinals early on in the third set. We will see the third set soon, but the first 2 sets, Ball State went up early and just continued with their reign.
Yes, they have. That first set, the Bobcats had a chance, but they let it slip away with a couple errors and a Rodney Wallace serving streak. And the second set was all Cardinal.
Has been all Cardinals. Coach Donald Cruz has to be happy with what he's seen in his roster. Been with the team now. This is his 4th season. Had a very impressive resume coming into his first season here. Took the team to the semifinals in the nation. Since then, they've been competing as top 10 teams, top 15 teams in the nation. And right now, they sit at number 7 early on in the season. And we're seeing why that is tonight. Just taking over.
Yep, just pure domination. This is a D2 Bobcats team that the Cardinals are facing, and they've made sure to leave no room for doubt.
No room for doubt is right. Let's see what they can do in set number 3. Right now, interesting appearance to look out on the court. Ball State Cardinals all out there active, getting their reps in, while it's still the Bobcats just about breaking their huddle now. It took a bit longer to talk things over.
Yeah, and if you're Sam Albus, you need to get this team fired up. You need to say this game isn't over. They still need to win a third set, and you can prevent that.
So just 1 set away are the Ball State Cardinals from taking the match, hosting Lees-McRae. Coming off of 3 losses in a row are both of these teams, and right now it's looking like the Cardinals are destined to get back on the win streak.
Yep, and it's much needed for the Cardinals. They're going to have a lot of tough matchups this season, especially coming in the next month or so as we get into conference play.
And it looks like the first, if this holds, the first 4-match losing streak under Donald Cruz will not happen. Has never had one of those in his time here. Just 1 set away from doing so. Both teams back onto the court. It's a similar roster on the side of Lees-McRae. A couple of new faces on the Cardinals side. Namely, Will Patterson enters the game. We talk about height. Will Patterson, 6'10", sophomore middle blocker from Loveland, Ohio. He's got the height.
Yeah, he's definitely the tallest man out there. If you're the Bobcats, you got to avoid his block attempts.
Other players for the Cardinals, Satterfield back out there, Bartz, Lewis, and Canavan as well. Similar lineup on the side of Lees-McRae. Fincham out there. Stark is out there. Lafooner out there, and to serve is Tiago da Silva to kick us off. Diving play from Cam Gray early in the first set. Ryan Lewis goes back row, and it's tooled out of bounds off the hands of Fincham, so the point picked up by the Cardinals.
Ryan Lewis picking up on his success. That is now his 9th kill of the match.
He was the star of set number 1, came out early in set number 2, and once again in set number 3, making his presence known right away. Satterfield the first to make sure He can serve. Line shot played. Bartz has to go and run to the bench to get that one. He does. Passed over. Out of bounds. It was a hard pass from Ryan Lewis. Shot it too high and too far. Out of bounds.
Yep, just a little too strong there.
Back to serve is Austin Beard for the Cards. Here is his serve, puts it over. Set up. Patterson, the tall man up front with his first kill tonight.
And there's that wingspan, the huge swing, and there's no chance of stopping that one if he makes solid contact.
That results in a 2-1 lead for Ball State. Canavan back to the line to serve. Diving play from Lafooner. Again, he's been everywhere. Tipped over. Syriacs went at it. Now set by Satterfield. Passed over by Canavan. Lafooner punches at it. Goes to Syriacs. Blocked up front. 3 men there. All 3 of them getting a piece of it. Ryan Lewis, Will Patterson, and Ryan Bartz all in on the block.
I think that one was all Will Patterson. That extended reach getting out there. That's what I said to avoid as he came out for the third set.
Talk about his 6'10 frame. Makes such a big impact. Serve from Canavan. It's a tough one to handle, but able to do so. Back set going. It's Leighton Stark, who's a newly entered man to the match. Ryan Lewis not, and he gets a kill off the block of Fincham.
Yep, and he just let that one rip as he's been doing all night. Now 10 kills on the night for him.
Hard serve again from Canavan. Right up front, it's blocked by Bartz. Big play for the Ball State Cardinals, now up 5-1.
They tried to avoid Patterson there and found the hands of Bartz. Nowhere to go for the Bobcats there.
How impressive for Ball State to get that done. Marty Canavan heads back to serve. Set going now to Syriacs, and it's blocked up front, put right back down. And it was on the side of the Cardinals. The Ball State bench loving that one, doing a big celebration.
And this time it's Ryan Lewis, Mr. Do-It-All tonight. He gets his block.
In every aspect of this match, he has been all over the place, no exception. Big serve from Canavan. Gray goes back, trying to go to Will Patterson, just didn't time it right.
Yep, it was a quick set, line drive towards Patterson. Patterson thought he was going to get the big air one, had the full swing, wasn't ready for that quick set.
So it's Fincham back to serve on the side of Lees-McRae. 6-2 is the score. The Cardinals are up, 1 set away from taking the match. Set back row to Canavan. A quick play and a quick kill from Marty Canavan.
Canavan moving from that back row, going to get his 3rd kill of the night.
Will Patterson heads back to serve to try and increase the lead to 8-2 as we sit at 7-2. Serves to Lafooner, to Silva, goes back and went in the face of Silva again. A little bit of confusion on the side of Lees-McRae. A little bit up here, not sure why the whistle was blown, but regardless, Ball State gets a point.
So I think as that ball was hanging over the net, the refs decided that it was too far for the Bobcats to reach, and they called an infraction on that as both Cardinals and Bobcats went up there to try and make a play.
Patterson serving. Deep in the back row to Silva, goes for it. Played by Castellanos, now over to Ryan Lewis. Hustle from De Silva to get there. Syriacs tips it over. Wallace able to get a piece of it. Stark blocked by Ryan Bartz, put right back down into his face, and Ryan Bartz with a block.
Just another great block by Ryan Bartz there. Nothing else to say about it. That is now his 4th block of the night.
Patterson will rise again as the PA announcer states. Will Patterson, 6'10", back to serve. 9-2 is the score. The serve from Patterson, nearly an ace. Lafooner was able to get there and make a play on it. Satterfield back sets to Ryan Lewis on a line shot into the face of Lafooner. A hard kill from Ryan Lewis. He's been the best player for the Cardinals tonight.
Yes, he has. Now his 11th kill, and that time Lafooner didn't have a chance. He's been making great digs all night. That time there wasn't a chance.
Patterson will serve again. 10-2. The current score. Into the back row. Tipped up, Patterson goes at it. Set back to Rodney Wallace, and what a quick play again from Rodney Wallace.
And there's that.
We'll take a timeout alongside them with just a minute in this timeout. We'll be back soon with more SportsLink Digital Radio presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
You're listening to SportsLink Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Your home for live Ball State sports.
It's 11-2. Ball State in the lead, one set away from taking the victory tonight. The Cardinals will play again tomorrow against Maryville right here in Worthen Arena. We'll be covering that one for you on SportsLink Digital Radio as well. Myself along with Sam Egan will be calling that one tomorrow. Serve comes from Will Patterson for the Cardinals. Back into action. Tipped by Syriac. Played off the ground. What a play. And Bart's able to get it over. Diving were the Cardinals. They were everywhere. Syriac's again. Over the block again. Another big play from Canavan. The Cardinals are all over the court. Ryan Parts right in the front row, and he gets it down. What a play.
What a play from the Cardinals. 2 diving digs, and they just got it over with a great kill.
The kill was awesome, but it was the entire play that really made that what it was. Cardinals flying all over the court. Looks like we may see a challenge coming from Sam Albus's Lees-McRae Bobcats. We'll have to see what the challenge is. There were a lot of close calls on that one.
Yeah, I don't know what this one could truly be about. Maybe a 4th touch that somebody missed, but
yeah, like I said, it really could have been one of 3 things. It could have been that first dig attempt that they thought hit the ground, could have been that second dig attempt that may have hit the ground, and it could have been something on that kill attempt, maybe a player in the net or something else in question.
I will say, as high as that set got from the back corner back to the net, it did never touch the scoreboard here in Worthen Arena. No deflection, no any change of movement.
Yeah, and if it does hit the scoreboard and comes back onto your side, it's completely legal. But if it goes to the other side, it's dead. The point goes to Lees-McRae as they celebrate. So it's 11-3. Bobcats get it.
And unfortunately, all that hard work there from the Cardinals, that point gets wiped off the board.
Still an excellent play, but a quick review, so something must have been easy to see. Got to give credit to Sam Albus for seeing that one, for his players to point it out to him and get that fixed right away. Leighton Stark back to serve, freshman from Charlotte, North Carolina. Does the honors. Lewis right in the middle, another kill for Ryan Lewis. Just another one that we've seen tonight. Almost every single play, the ball is going in his direction. He's taking advantage of it. That's his 12th kill tonight.
Yep, this set is just another day in the office for Ryan Lewis. He has been working his butt off tonight.
Lewis serving after his kill. This time goes into the net.
Yep, just didn't get it high enough there. He was trying to add on to his ace total for this season, and just missed it.
Just barely missed it. Now it's Syriacs back to serve for Lees-McRae. He puts it over now to Satterfield, who goes to Rodney Wallace in the middle, and yet another kill for Ball State.
Rodney Wallace getting back into a rhythm, his 6th kill of the night. It's just great to see it again.
Been all over the court, so has Ryan Bartz, who is back to serve. Bartz has 6 kills tonight. This time puts it too far out of bounds, service error for the Cardinals.
Sailed that one. I think he was trying to put one of the Bobcats into a tie-up situation where they kind of have to play it. At that time, just missed the players.
Ben Ratliff Becker enters again to serve. Cardinal fans trying to get a wave going and keep the energy. It slowly is making its way around Worthen Arena. Serve comes from Ratliff Becker. And the kill comes from Rodney Wallace. Once again, it's 14-5.
Rodney Wallace now, he's trying to find his groove, and he's going to get to go to the service line, which has been his hot spot tonight.
A good way to continue that groove is to head to the service line. That's exactly what he will do.
Might have jinxed that one there.
Yeah, right into the net on that serve was Rodney Wallace. He'll head to the bench on that note, but he had a strong performance right before that point.
Now the Bobcats have a chance to get this momentum back.
Here is De Silva with the serve. To Cameron Gray, going to Satterfield. Now Canavan, who's had a good night, but it's blocked up front. One of the biggest plays of the night from Lees-McRae. It was Leighton Stark getting his paws up and blocking it.
And there's that momentum coming back. You watch that bench for the Bobcats erupt. The 6 players on the court fired up. Here comes the Bobcats.
14-7, Bobcats down by 7. Still a chance for him. Here's De Silva to serve. A middle shot comes from Will Patterson. Barely has to jump off the ground to get that kill. It's just a testament of his height.
Yep, and just as there is hope, Will Patterson swipes that hope right back and shows them that this is D1 volleyball.
Certainly still some hope for the Bobcats as they're starting to get things going. Down 8, though, as it's Satterfield to serve. Serves it to Lafooner, now to De Silva, who back sets to Beard. Puts that one a bit too high. Misses the Terraflex court of the court, so put that one too long. 16-7, Cardinals up.
Yep, and Beard's had a couple of those tonight where he's gone for the kill and just absolutely sailed it, trying to avoid this Cardinal defense.
Cardinals are 9 points away from taking victory. Here's Griffin Satterfield's serve. A good one into the net, and it's an ace for Griffin Satterfield. Off the hands and into the net.
And that's another error for Beard, as in comes Kevin Proctor to take his place.
Proctor came in earlier in the match. He made a good impact while he was in. See what he can do this time. Satterfield with another hard serve to Lafooner. Fincham went up to get it, but blocked quickly. Ryan Lewis and Will Patterson in on that one. 18-7, Cardinals getting closer to smelling victory.
Fincham just trying to add to his kill total and tried to get too tricky. Tried to go cross-body with that kill and couldn't get it over the net.
Satterfield once more will serve. 18-7. Goes to Lafooner again. Set line shot coming from Leighton Stark, who's really starting to turn it on. Leighton Stark gets a kill.
And there you go, Stark bouncing it off the block that time, making sure to avoid the big hands of Ryan Lewis and Will Patterson, and just banks it off of Lewis's arm.
Yeah, with that little space he had, he just rocketed that one right to the hardwood. Kevin Proctor serves. Into the net is Proctor's serve, making it 19-8, Cardinals in the lead.
Yep, and that's what's been rough for this Bobcat team so far tonight, as Nathan Go gets his first opportunity of the season.
Good to see Nathan Go in here. Like you said, his first time out here. He had 12 kills in one match last year. That's a career high for him, but he enters now. And he serves. It's a good one. Set far side to Syriacs, right in the face of Satterfield. Not able to handle that one. 19-9, Bobcats nearing double digits.
Even as it's a double-digit deficit here, 19-9, the Bobcats, anytime they do something right, they keep the energy up, and I think that's going to be a good sign as this season moves along for this Sam Albus team.
I like the way you look at it, the optimism moving forward, just continuing to have energy regardless of result. Here's Ryan Lewis on a line kill, puts her in the face of Fincham, but it's played up, tipped over the Ball State block. Now to Griffin Satterfield again, who goes to the back row. Go looking for his first kill. Nathan Go not able to do so. Syriacs again into the block. Bartz has to go and pick that one back up. Scoops it to the other side of the net. Syriacs again. This time blocked by Will Patterson. Got those long arms up and got the job done.
Yep, the 6'10" reach gets out there, puts that ball right back onto the hardwood.
Cardinals have now reached the 20 mark, just 5 points away from finishing off the sweep.
And a big sweep at that, if the Cardinals can finish it off.
And once again, Mateusz Karpav enters the match. He will serve. Sophomore from Warsaw, Poland. And he serves an ace off the arms of Lafuner, and an ace for Karpav.
And the bench is ecstatic. Xander Pinks running up and down. He's so happy for his teammate.
Karpav, just one of many players internationally on both sides. He's from Poland, also players from Israel, Zimbabwe, Brazil, Barbados, Canada, Turkey, Tanzania, and Poland. Cross shot coming right away from Leighton Stark. They thought it was in, but the officials said it was out. They'll change their minds and say they will not change their minds, so they will actually go to a challenge. All 5 of the players on the Bobcat side of that looked confident that that ball was in.
It looked to be in. It was called in by the near judge, but the far judge, checking the outside line, not the back line, called it out.
Yeah, it looked like there was a bit of confusion as the refs looked at each other to decide what happened, but no confusion on the side of the Bobcats. They felt confident in this. And if they're right, it should be a quick review.
Yep, and the Cardinals just rolling right now. If this point stands, it is 22-9 Cardinals. As we said before, coming off that 3-game losing streak, this one would be huge, especially as they have a huge homestand coming up. Playing, as we mentioned, tomorrow, Maryville, but also Tusculum U. They play twice, January 30th and 31st right here in Worthen Arena, and Purdue Fort Wayne, February 6th.
So the point does, in fact, go to Lees-McRae, as they all expected. Give a bit of a cheer. A couple of players on that roster doing some extracurricular activities outside of volleyball. Isaac Lafuner, who's been the star libero tonight all over the court, a criminal justice major, often goes into court and takes action in the legal system along with being a student athlete in a class called the Judicial Process in Court, so he gets some experience to go into court and do that type of stuff, experience in the court of law and in the court of volleyball.
That's awesome to see. Just getting to know that college students are still wanting to grow in those very important fields.
Really is awesome to see. We're back in playing. Syriacs put that one too far, goes out of bounds, so 22-10. Cardinals get back to the 22 number they were at before the challenge was overturned.
Yeah, and while we were talking about the justice system, let's give some justice to Christian Gray, laying out, getting a dig on that one to keep that point alive.
Yeah, Gray getting down and making the play. Both liberos made a big impact tonight. So has Ryan Lewis, who serves this time into the net. So 22-11. Bobcats down by 11.
Yep, and that's just another service error for Ryan Lewis. That's his 3rd on the night. That's probably the only stain he's really had tonight is the service errors.
Yeah, that's just about it. Not a lot of stains on this Ball State side. Syriac serves. May have gone out of bounds, but Bart's played it. Smart play. It was near the line. Wallace went up to try and get a block, but he did not make contact with it. Instead, it was here who sent that one out of bounds.
I like the idea from the Bobcats, just poor execution, pushed it a little too wide. There was a lot of open space, just put it too wide of the court.
Yeah, Sebastian here had some space, like you said, just not exactly where he wanted it to be. Bart serves 23-11, just 1 point away from match point. Rodney Wallace makes it match point as he gets up and gets a block. Another one where it was just up in the air for a while and he had time to make a play on it.
and More Than Arena jumps up, ready to watch this set point here. Really match point.
Match point, as you said, 24-11. Ryan Bartz looking to finish this one off in 3 sets early in Worthen. Here's the serve. It's a powerful one. In the back, almost an ace, but it's played by Leighton Stark. Passed over by Syriacs. Cameron Gray plays it for Ball State. Satterfield goes to Nathan Go, looking for a kill. Almost gets it. Syriac is able to get there. Now Gray goes to Satterfield. Back to Nathan Go, trying to get him a kill tonight. Cross shot. Played up by the Cardinals. Again to Nathan Go. Will he get it? He shoots it too far, just out of bounds. The Ball State bench really wanted Nathan Go to get a kill. He was not able to pick up his first of the night.
I don't think it was just the bench. It was all the players on the court. It was this entire stadium. They wanted to see Nathan Go get that kill.
Expect to see it again. Up 24-12. A lot of room to work. Will Nathan Go get his first kill tonight? It's 24-12. Match point. Gray. Satterfield back to Go this time.
There it
goes.
is.
Nathan Go finishes off the match 25-12 on a powerful kill from Nathan Go. Went to him a couple times on that last point. This time it was the first try. He took care of business, and the Cardinals take care of business with the sweep. 25-12 is the score of the last set, but the first 2 sets just about the same story.
Yep, Cardinals pure domination. And it all started with that Rodney Wallace serve streak in the first set where they pulled away, and the Cardinals never looked back.
Really did never look back. It was 6-6 at one point, and all of a sudden the tide started to turn. Things just got completely different after that, and the Cardinals never looked back.
No, they did not, and it was nice to see the youth of the Cardinal team, the future of this program, get a chance to play and get a chance to show what they can do against some real competition and not just their teammates.
Yeah, and on the other side for Lees-McRae, they're in a little bit of an Indiana road trip. We talked about their match, a neutral site against Long Island University last night, where they played that one at Fort Wayne. They traveled down to Muncie to play today, where Ball State took care of business, and they'll head right back up to Fort Wayne to play another MIVA school in Purdue-Fort Wayne in just a bit. So it's been an Indiana trip for them. Stop number 2, not exactly what they want, but what are some positives they can look for moving forward?
I think something positive is that energy that they had throughout this match. The match was never really close, as we'd like to say, but they kept their energy up, and I think especially against the number 7 team in the nation, knowing that you can keep your energy high and find the positives, especially in a tough match, it's going to be good heading forward as they face other Carolina Conference opponents.
That's right. It's going to be good for the Cardinals. As we mentioned, they will play again tomorrow. Just a big chance for momentum as they go into that Maryville match. How important is it to get this thing done in 3 sets just to build some confidence moving forward in the season?
I think not only confidence, but it allows you to build some rest. You're here for a long home streak, so you'll get a chance to rest in between matches, but especially when you have a 3-set match and then you get to head into tomorrow with about an hour, hour and a half more sleep than what you normally get. So I think it's just great for the Cardinals. They'll get to rest up and be ready to go for tomorrow night.
Yeah, a lot of the starters got rest today. Early on, we saw Patrick Rogers get the start. One of the only starters that we often see, Vanis Buckholz, was in as well. But it was the new faces, the younger players, that right away found a way to take care of business. The final score of this match was 3-0 in favor of Ball State. A lot of people thought that may be the case. Ball State coming in knowing they still had to get things done, and that they did. All 3 sets dominated by the Cardinals, and that was a fun night. What did you say, Brayden?
It was pretty fun. You know, for those listening, this was my first ever broadcast, so just a great game to get to broadcast. Have a great partner here next to my side in Tyler Klimes. Thank you guys for giving me this opportunity.
Yeah, so glad to have you. It's just a day of young faces, right? Your first broadcast, some young freshmen making an impact, Ryan Lewis being one of those, a couple of sophomores as well, playing a big part in this one. And here's to a day of new faces, huh?
Yes, it is. It is definitely a new day of new faces.
Well, here's to you all for listening to this edition of SportsLink Digital Radio. It's been a fun one, but the Ball State Cardinals take over, winning 3-0. This is SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Thanks for joining us.
This has been a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.